Here's a Tex-Mex dish featuring my favorite new grain, millet. Let me show you how I do it. We're using about 1 cup of hulled millet, and along with some typical Tex-Mex flavors, black beans, roasted corn, some bell peppers of different colors, a little lime, tomato, and scallion along the way, and some chili powder and cumin. All right, let's put it all together. If you're not familiar with millet, it's a great grain. It's got a corn-like sort of aroma and texture, and we're going to use about 1 cup of millet and boil it in 2 cups of water, but it really benefits from toasting it a little bit first in a dry pan with maybe just a touch of oil and a sprinkling of salt. So we'll just give it a pinch of salt and let it stir around in a dry pan, and then we'll get it onto the boil. Okay, our millet is done cooking. It's off the heat. I'm just going to let it rest covered. I have a couple tablespoons of olive oil in our pan, and I'm just going to get on to sauteing our veggies, starting with our peppers. Adding in the beans and the corn. Make sure it gets all in there. And those green onions or scallions. Okay, most of our veg, minus the tomatoes, have softened through. I'm going to scoot them to the side and add a little fresh oil. And then from there I'm going to add our spices. So you can make this as hot or as not, as you like. I'm using 1 mild chili powder. That's an Ancho Chili Powder. 1 tablespoon in that fresh oil to get it to bloom. 1 teaspoon of Smoked Chipotle Powder to add a little heat. So there's a half. And another half. 1 teaspoon of cumin coming up. Also a couple of grinds of pepper and some salt. Here comes our millet all in. All right, millet and tomatoes. We'll just toss it through to make sure that the millet and the tomatoes pick up all of those spices, all of that great flavor. I love the color as well. It's a great medley. Lime juice over top. I've cut the heat. That lime juice really brightens this dish up at the end. Can't wait to dig in. Tex-Mex Millet. I hope you try this recipe at home, and I hope you enjoy.